You know that moment when something inside of you is saying, don't text them, but your hand is like already typing and your intuition is screaming, this doesn't feel right. And your mind is just like, just one more message, just one more explanation. And before you know it, you've gone against yourself again. So, what's actually happening in that moment? Let's break down the difference between your intuition and your ego because confusing the two can keep you stuck. So here's a truth. Your intuition and your ego can feel loud at the exact same time, but they sound very different when you slow them down enough to notice. So intuition is calm even when it's clear, and your intuition doesn't panic. It doesn't chase, it doesn't over explain. It's usually simple, direct, and steady. This isn't right. Give it space. Wait. Even if it's uncomfortable, it still feels grounded in those voices. Now, ego is going to feel urgent and reactive, and your ego hates uncertainty. So it tries to fix things immediately, get reassurance, or regain control. And that's when you feel the urge to send the text, explain yourself again, or push for a response. And it feels urgent, like you have to act right now. Intuition protects where ego is going to try to prove. You see, intuition is more about alignment. It's trying to protect your peace, your energy, your self respect. And ego is all about validation. It wants to be right. It wants to be chosen. It wants to feel in control of the outcome. So while intuition says, step back, ego says, do nothing. Or do something, sorry. Intuition, trust, and ego doubts. So intuition doesn't need constant confirmation. It just knows. And the ego, on the other hand, is full of questions. So whenever your mind is going intensely overboard, it's because it's all the questions and it needs them validated. It needs an answer. It wants answers. And you're searching for them everywhere that you can. But the biggest ones that we have when it comes to texting is, what if they forget about me? What if I lose them? What if I don't say the right thing? And that doubt drives impulsive actions. You see, the real power is in the peace and in the pause, because this is where everything shifts. You don't feel that urge to react. You pause, not to suppress the feeling, but to ask, is this coming from a calm place of clarity? Or is this emotional urgency? Because that answer will tell you everything that you need to know. So let's ground this because it is important. This isn't about never reaching out. It's not about playing games, ignoring people, or shutting down emotionally. Communication is healthy. Expression is important, but there's a difference between reaching out from clarity and just reacting from fear. One's going to build your connections and the other one's going to create confusion. So here's the truth. Your intuition has been, or has probably been, speaking to you the whole time, quietly, clearly, consistently. But your ego, it's louder, more urgent, more reactive. And the more you learn to pause, the more you'll start choosing the voice that actually leads you towards peace. The more you'll start choosing the voice that actually leads you towards yourself. So if this hits home for you, make sure you subscribe to the channel, because we're learning how to separate truth from emotion, intuition from ego, and build relationships from places of clarity. And I want to hear from you guys. Have you ever felt that pull between your intuition and your ego? Drop your experience in the comments below, guys. I'll see you in the next video.